make shit up. I make shit up all the time. Partly because I like making shit up, partly because I'm good at it, and partly because, well, I can. Which is not to say I'm oblivious to the consequences. Christ, do I know there are consequences. See, there's a girl lying next to me here in my dorm room. She's naked, we just had sex. I guess you can call her my girlfriend. This is a new thing for me, this girl, so you'll understand my hesitation. First time doing the old in and out and stuff. We're in the middle of the post-first time humping awkward silence. We could start talking, find out all the things we had in common, but no! She extends her index finger and presses it against my Adam's apple, drags it slowly down my neck, over my ribs, and down in the direction of my crotch. When at a loss for words, why not bump uglies again? Right? So her finger's slowly making its way down, and she comes to an abrupt stop, where she notices my skin is no longer the smooth, post-adolescent torso. Where the tip of her finger feels a speed bump, a pink strip of gray skin a few inches above my belly button, a quarter-inch thick, about 3.5 inches long. Yes, she stops at the sudden change in the geography of my skin. Then, even more hesitant, she explores the rest of my abdomen. She feels other pink speed bumps of different sizes, angles, some 3 inches, some an inch, some just thin wisps.
What are these?
That's when time stops, and I feel the familiar sensation.
Nick, what are these? Nick!
Do I tell her? Do I tell her the truth, or do I do what I do so well? Make some shit up.
Nick, what are these? Nick!
I was 14. The time when I took this theater arts elective, because I thought it'd be a total blow-up. Antidote to the accelerated history, science, and math classes I was taking. Teacher was this lady, Miss Spiegel.
The best theater challenges the audience, that provokes, that's dangerous.
She liked that word.
The best theater holds a mirror up to the audience, demands them to look at the reflection, no matter how ugly it is. The best theater takes the audience on a journey into the darkest regions of the human soul. And at the end of that journey, the audience, having faced that darkness, can recognize the darkness and danger in their own souls and actively take steps to change.
Which was all well and good, I guess. Though I couldn't reconcile all she was talking about with the fact that we spent the entire semester playing these stupid kids games. Tag, Duck, Duck, Goose.
Yes, Nick?
Miss Spiegel, I think I understand what you mean with all this darkness and danger stuff, but what I'm having trouble with is what does any of this have to do with playing Pussy Wants a Corner?
Well, games are the essence of theater. When you play a game, you allow yourself to let go. I remember when I was in grad school, we had this one professor, real intense guy who did all sorts of theater back in NY in the 60s. He would make us play games, but in the dark. He would call them dark play. Does anyone know what this is? Dark play is the kind of game where certain players know the rules and others don't know the rules. In other words, some are fully aware that they are participating in a game while others are completely in the dark. Has anyone ever engaged in this kind of play? Yes, Nick?
Is that like when you go on the internet and you go into a chat room and pretend you're someone else?
Well, I suppose. I'll have to think about that more and get back to you.
Yeah, she never did get back to me. But I figured I was right, and I sort of got the point she was trying to make about games and how theater was supposed to be like a game. But I've been to the school plays. They were about as dangerous as Pussy Wants a Corner. I'd get my dose of dangerous and dark play in the one place in the world where a kid my age and, well, of my demeanor could. The World Wide Web. Where you could be anything. You could enact revenge on all the shits that made your world a miserable place to inhabit. At first it was mostly small potato stuff. You'd pose as some girl or some dickhead soccer player into the chat room, and you'd be all slutty, say things like,
"Oh, I want to suck it! Stick your big mammoth cock in my mouth!"
And you get the guy to say all sorts of stupid shit like,
lick it, bitch. Click it like an ass cream cone.
And you knew, as you were spinning out the fantasy, that some schmuck was upstairs in his room, pants down to his ankles. And just as he was getting to the point of no return, he pulled a Lucy to his Charlie Brown.
Oh, my cock is so hard for you, I'm gonna blow.
Then there'd be silence. Sometimes they'd split without typing another word, other times they'd get all threatening, say shit like,
Motherfucker! I'll find out where you live and I'll cut your fucking faggot dick off.
that was fun. For about 2.5 minutes. Once you exhausted all the possibilities, and there were quite a few, it was the same disgusting, depraved responses confirming that the world is populated by disgusting, depraved people. At that point, I was ready to pack the whole thing in. That is, until I stumbled on Adam's profile and those 6 words.
I want to fall in love.
Those words were so naked. Love. What the fuck is that?
I want to fall in love with a girl. 15 to 18. She should have brown eyes, dark brown hair, be 5'4", 5'6" tops, have a great body, be smart, and likes to chill on the beach. I'm 16. I'm kind of tall. I used to play soccer, but I'm trying to expand my horizons. Email me. Just want to chill with you at AOL.com.
Now, I couldn't just write him and say, hey, I'm Nick, and I'm like 14, and I'm pretty confused about most things, so what's up with this love shit? I might get him on the smart part, but no. Nature did not endow me with such generous gifts. But nature, with all its insurmountable obstacles, doesn't really exist anymore, does it? Not when you have a high-speed internet connection. No. Armed with that, there are no natural boundaries that once crossed over can't be crossed back again. So, in spite of the physical shortcomings nature cursed me with, in the nature-free world, I could become the girl of his dreams. I could invent Rachel. The tricky thing about inventing Rachel, though, was she had to be plausible. Fitting the criteria was easy, because Adam pretty much sketched her out for me. It was a matter of fleshing her out, so to speak. She needed to be pretty, but she couldn't be a total babe that was out of his league.
Describe what you look like.
Well, some people say I'm like a cross between Hillary Duff, but not so cutesy and annoying, and Avril Lavigne, but not so faux edge. With a little bit of a Natalie Portman vibe.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
She needed to be smart, but not so smart that Adam would feel like a total ox next to her.
I got to be on my math midterm.
Uh-huh.
Totally aced French last semester.
Oh.
Chemistry kind of sucks right now, though, and my average is a C, but I think I can still pull off a B.
Cool.
Rachel also had to suggest to Adam the possibility of sex without coming off as a total hoe.
Well, to answer your question, no, I don't have a boyfriend. I mean, I'd like one. I'm not into the whole hookup thing. There's got to be something more, you know?
The first chat online was surprisingly easy. I figured out pretty quickly that with every exchange, Adam was inventing Rachel as much as I was.